Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to Finralian Gamer. Today I've got all the latest news, rumors, and leaks about Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. From leaked audio recordings to multi-platform release plans, new gameplay details, and even the chance of surprise characters like Genesis, we're covering everything step by step. And while I'm breaking it all down, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and drop a like on this video. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 has quickly become one of the most anticipated projects in the gaming world. As the final chapter in Square Enix's trilogy, it promises to combine a powerful nostalgia-driven story with fresh, modern gameplay mechanics. Recent updates show that Part 3 won't just be a continuation of what came before, but a bold new step forward that could breathe fresh life into the entire series. Naoki Hamaguchi, one of the lead directors, has emphasized in interviews that while fan feedback is definitely taken into account, the core vision comes directly from the development team. This means that elements like minigames and difficulty settings may reflect what the community wants, but the main narrative and overall identity will stay true to the dev's vision. In other words, players may see tweaks and improvements, but the heart of the experience will move in the direction the team has planned. Another major development is the multi-platform release strategy. The previous games launched first as PS5 exclusives and were later ported to PC. But with Part 3, Square Enix is reportedly aiming to release it on PS5, Xbox, and the new Switch 2 at the same time. This is huge news for players tired of waiting months for ports. By assigning separate teams to handle each platform, the company hopes to avoid optimization issues and deliver a balanced experience across the board. Of course, not all platforms come with the same level of challenge. The Xbox Series S has been a hot topic due to its memory limitations. Square Enix acknowledges this, but insists that by having dedicated teams for each version, development won't be negatively impacted. This lowers the risk of Series S players getting a stripped-down version. Meanwhile, with stronger hardware, the Switch 2 is expected to deliver an experience much closer to what we'll see on PS5 and Xbox. On top of that, rumors and leaks have given fans a few hints about the story. The biggest buzz? The possible return of Genesis from Crisis Core. The fact that voice actor Gact has reportedly been back in the studio only fuels the speculation. If Genesis really does make a comeback in Part 3, it won't just expand the story, it'll be a nostalgic surprise for longtime fans. There are also rumors that we might get an official Part 3 reveal at Square Enix's Ever Crisis anniversary event. With big names like Tetsuya Nomura expected to attend, expectations are sky high. If a teaser is shown, this could be where we finally learn the official title and release window for the game. Naturally, the hype among the community is through the roof. Structurally, the game is also set to change things up. The first part was much more linear, while Rebirth leaned heavily into open-world exploration. According to Hamaguchi, Part 3 will offer something different altogether, not fully linear, not fully open world, but a fresh formula that gives the series a new identity. For fans who want each entry to feel unique, this is really promising. On the technical side, one statement caught everyone's attention. The game is already in a playable state. That suggests development is much further along than many expected. While most big-budget games spend ages stuck in the prototype phase, the fact that Part 3 is already playable shows just how hard the team has been working. It also means we could start seeing more surprises revealed as release gets closer. Of course, not every fan request can be met. As Hamaguchi has said, the overall vision needs to come from the team. But smaller details like improvements to minigames, expanded difficulty options, and more satisfying side activities are very much shaped by community feedback. This balance means the game reflects the fans' voice in the details, while still following the creative direction the team has mapped out. One of the biggest debates lately has been around the Series S again. Developers everywhere have struggled with its limitations, but Square Enix claims it hasn't slowed down Part 3's development. The reason? Each platform has its own dedicated team. While one group focuses on Rebirth's Switch 2 version, another is focused solely on Part 3. This setup makes a simultaneous release across all platforms a real possibility. Story-wise, fans are dying to know which characters will be playable. Vincent Valentine is one of the most talked about possibilities, and there are even rumors that Sid Highwind could join the party as well. If true, both of these additions would expand not just the story, but also the variety of gameplay. Vincent's dark, mysterious past in particular could add a lot of depth to Part 3's tone. Another hot topic is how Part 3 will handle the fallout of Rebirth's ending. The second game's controversial conclusion left the community split, but Hamaguchi has promised that Part 3's finale will be worth the journey and deliver a satisfying closure. That suggests the ending won't just be a climactic story beat, it'll be a truly rewarding experience for players. On the technical side again, it's interesting that platforms like the Switch 2 and even the Steam Deck are being targeted. Hamaguchi has noted that these portable systems now offer performance close to PS5 and Xbox. If that's true, Part 3 could deliver a level of portable gaming quality we've never seen before. The way they optimize open-world sections for these devices will be fascinating to watch. Voice acting updates are also generating buzz. The fact that Gact has returned to the studio points strongly to Genesis being part of the game. Even though it's not confirmed yet, fans are already hyped. His inclusion would serve both as fan service and as a way to expand the story in unexpected directions. For fans of Crisis Core, it could be one of the trilogy's most emotional surprises. Square Enix's marketing approach has also caught attention. They've been using the gap between each release to gather feedback and adapt the next game accordingly. That's rare for big-budget JRPGs. Hamaguchi has even compared it to a service game model, but for a single-player experience. This makes Part 3 feel not just like the end of a trilogy, but the ultimate point of interaction between the developers and the fans. When it comes to a release window, there's still no exact date, but with development this far along, many are expecting late 2026 or early 2027. The push for a multi-platform release also suggests Square Enix wants to reach as many players as possible at once. This could mark the shift from a PlayStation-focused series into a true global JRPG phenomenon. One of the most debated story points among fans is Aerith's fate. The twists in Rebirth left players speculating non-stop about her role in the final chapter. While Hamaguchi hasn't given direct spoilers, he has teased that the finale will be emotionally powerful. That has fans wondering if we'll see a modern reimagining of one of the most iconic moments in gaming history. Visually, Part 3 is set to raise the bar even higher. Square Enix has revealed that new technology is being used for character models and environmental detail. Rebirth was already praised for its visuals, but the final game promises even smoother performance and richer worlds. On next-gen consoles, this could deliver a truly cinematic experience. Music is another big focus. Nobuo Uematsu's legendary themes are set to return in modern arrangements, bringing back waves of nostalgia. On top of that, new tracks are being composed specifically to elevate the dramatic peaks of the story. The final sequences in particular are expected to feature unforgettable music that fans will remember for years. Square Enix isn't just trying to close out the trilogy, they're aiming to raise the bar for the entire JRPG genre. Their goal is to create something that satisfies longtime fans while also drawing in a new generation of players. To the developers, Part 3 isn't just a game, it's a cultural event. One of the big innovations players can look forward to is changes to the battle system. Hamaguchi has said that each entry in the trilogy introduces new surprises rather than reusing the same mechanics. That suggests deeper strategy, fresh systems, and a shakeup of what players expect, especially in the climactic battles of the finale. Side activities are another area getting attention. Rebirth was praised for its wide variety of minigames, and the team plans to keep that energy going. But this time, the goal is for side content to feel more connected to the main story. That way, even side missions will feel meaningful, boosting the game's replay value. World design is also being taken to the next level. Moving from the linear structure of the first game to the open world of Rebirth, the team now wants to blend both approaches for a more balanced experience. Players will get freedom to explore while still keeping the narrative's pace intact. This could make Part 3 the most well-rounded entry yet. Square Enix also sees this project as more than just a game, it's a showcase. The optimizations planned for Switch 2 and Steam Deck aim to push the limits of portable AAA gaming. If successful, Part 3 could change the perception of what big games can look like on the go. So that's the latest on Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. It looks like we're in for an epic finale, and every new update only raises the hype. But what do you think? Will Genesis return? How do you feel about the new gameplay style and the multi-platform launch? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.